ever seen.
Welcome back to the channel today, guys. Today I'm excited. Got a few more parts for the Pro. It's something that I think is essential on the trails, even though the Pro has a little bit more storage as far as the glove boxes compared to like the XPs. You always need that little extra storage. So I had some door bags before, and I used them all the time. Whether it was put my cell phone in it, my sunglasses in it, my GoPro in it, keep drinks in it, anything I need to put in there, I can put in there. So we got up with Kimimoto, and they have hooked us up with some door bags, and I am excited to get these things put on here because I did not think I would miss them that much until I rode it the first time, and I constantly kept wanting to put it in my door bag, and I didn't have it. So I'm thankful that Kimimoto's reached out to us, hooked us up, and I'm excited about this.
Yeah, they actually reached out to me and said, hey, we want you to try out these parts for the old RZR we had. We hadn't actually announced that Jared was getting the new RZR. I didn't actually know at the time. I asked Jared, I said, hey, man, you want to run these parts? Kimimoto said they want us to take a look at it, just review. And Jared was just kind of on the fence. He didn't tell me that he was secretly plotting behind my back to get a new machine here, which is gorgeous, by the way. And, yeah, this is our first set of parts that we've actually gotten sent to us from a manufacturer saying, hey, we'd like for you guys to check this out and see what you guys think about it. So I'm pretty excited for this. Let's open this thing up, man.
So it's got some pretty good packaging stuff in here. All wrapped up.
Be a man about it already.
Rip it good. More pack. This thing wrapped up more than Fort Knox. So I think it's all of it. Got the little instructions here. I always love instructions.
They're just another man's recommendations.
A lot of guys will say, oh, you don't need instructions, you don't need instructions, but at some point during your job, you will have a snag and you're like, man, I wish I had instructions. So to have them printed out in your hand is pretty nice. Some of the other parts that I had ordered recently to install, actually on the Pro, they didn't have printed instructions. I had to get on my phone and scan a barcode and
that's the worst,
download
man.
a file and everything. So that was really aggravating. So I'm really thankful that Kimimoto is still printing these paper instructions out.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than whenever you open it up and it says, oh, click on this, go to this app, go look at our website, go look at all this. Man, just give me some printed instructions, keep it old school but reliable, just something useful. Don't try to change something that works good, These things so far, they got, looks like labeled left, and they got the other one that looks like labeled right, which is useful. So I'm presuming the left's probably the driver, and the right, by the looks of it, just where the knee pad's going to go, looks like it's going to be on the passenger. But man, these things, they look good. How do zippers work? They feel good?
Yeah, the zippers, they have like this little lip that covers them, helps take mud. It's a pretty big zipper.
It looks like they got a nice, yeah, like a nice little coat on them right there to keep the actual teeth of the zipper from getting dirt in them.
Yeah, so my other door bags I had didn't have this little lip that covered the zipper. And over time, it ended up, they got to where they were really hard to open, and I was excited when I seen the lip on there to help keep some of that mud out, because I mean, that's what I could spray it with spray and it would work good, but this little thing will help even more. And then these also have these nice little slide parts in the front where you can just quickly, if you got something zipped up in here and you don't want to have to take time to unzip it, because like a lot of times on the trails when we start to do something, I may not have my GoPro ready, but if I have it right here, I have quick access to it. I can just grab it out, and then I'm riding down the trail. I'm like, okay, I'm done. Put it back in there. So that's pretty sweet.
This part up here is supposed to be a knee pad, right?
It's yeah, a knee pad or a shoulder pad, but it's also looks like it's got storage in it.
Oh, that's nice.
So,
Oh, you got a second little compartment in there. So maybe you put stuff in there that you ain't going to be necessarily using. Maybe your keys, maybe your wallet, something like that. It's not going to be, oh, toilet paper, you know.
that'd be handy.
Maybe your other stuff you got. Some of your other other products you might use out on the trails. Anyways, let's look at these instructions and let's get to installing these things. Okay.
You're gonna need a T40 bit for the big screws. There's 4 of those. T30 bit for the small door latch screw. Remove all the big ones first, and then put the door bag up there and kind of get it in place, and then the last one you can pull over and put that screw in. So. They also provide screws that are just a little bit longer, so use the new screws provided.
Okay, he's already got 4 of them laid out there on one in his hand, but
small part will be to the back, and you just start sliding through the little spots. Get one in place to hold it, make it a little easier on you. Let's go. This one has a little flap on the end. It's a little different.
show them the, before we put that on, show them the strip that's on the back of it. Also has like an adhesive strip on the back, so once you get it put on there, you can just take that off and put it, it's basically an adhesive, so it'll just make it stick in place to where it don't move that much.
Yeah, I believe it's, let's see, it might be Velcro. Yeah, it's a Velcro adhesive, so once it sticks, you can still remove the door bag for cleaning, but as you can see, it has a little peel thing here. You can peel it and stick it. And then when you want to remove the door, you just take the screws out, pull it off, clean your door real good.
Now, with this one in particular, you're going to use the original hardware.
Yeah.
Stretch it out there. Make sure it fits in there good.
That's pretty much how you put it on. You see, it didn't take no time. It's just a great comfort. As me and my brother was talking a minute ago, when you get in here side by side, it's kind of like getting to an empty house. And until you got something hanging on the walls that give it a little character that you can relate to as far as being personal, like you put your personal items in here, it just don't feel like home yet. So I'm excited to have these on here, and hope you guys get you some and check them out. They'll hook you up.
We'll put a link in the description. You just go on Amazon, buy them. Won't cost you anything extra. It'll be the same price. You know, just the link is convenient for you guys to be able to go in there and be like, oh yeah, these are the exact ones Jared put on his machine.
Another thing I noticed whenever we was putting it on, me and my brother initially we thought this would be like for the knee pad, but this setup is different. It, you know, it has the storage up here, but it also inside the back has a pad right here, so it does have knee protection. Because, you know, a lot of you guys get a little rowdy, your knees will be smacking, so that'll be there. But it's also, it's Velcroed. You can pull it out for extra storage here, like a bigger items. And this will fit in here. We test fitted it. It will fit here for shoulder protection too. So if you're getting a little too rowdy, and you know, you might have a rollover, having the shoulder protection will come in handy.
Just be a little extra cushion. You know, there's nothing worse than slamming into the side of your machine when you're rolling over. Now it's obviously not going to protect you from, you know, something crazy coming through your door or anything like that, but speaking from experience, when you roll over, you know, you are going to get jarred around in there pretty good, and a little extra cushion on the side is going to help maybe absorb a little bit of that impact, so it's not necessarily like a straight piece of hard metal or hard plastic or metal, you know, just your
bare screw stabbing you in the shoulder.
Yeah.
Work. yeah, so we got them on here, and the knee pad is pretty spot on. You get to bouncing around, and your knee's going to hit that instead of hitting the door, so that's a huge plus. I didn't really notice that my knee was hitting it too much, so I may end up putting mine on my shoulder because the shoulder pad is perfectly in line with my shoulder, and I tend to sometimes get a little too rowdy, and that would help out a little bit right there. So that's probably where I'll run mine, and that'll open it up in the big bag too. So unless I feel like I need to put it there, but right now I think with my first ride on the Pro, I would probably rather have it in the shoulder part. Got this nice little part there. Like I said, you just take the phone, slide it right in, riding down the trails, pull it out, GoPro, whatever.
We're talking beef jerky. We're talking peanut M&Ms. We're talking Reese Pieces. All the good things in life.
I mean, you got a few beverages, you know, you're riding down the trail, you don't want to be stopping every 5 minutes for a drink. You know, you got when you're drinking, the cup holder here. You can just slide your drink or two in there on the outside. That way it won't get your stuff on the inside of the bag wet. Just slide it down in there, 2 or 3, 4 or 5, I don't know, however many you need or want. So, pretty sweet little setup, so I'm excited about that. Really appreciate you guys reaching out to us, and appreciate you guys watching and subscribing, and keep sharing the stuff, guys. We're trying to grow the channel and bring you good content, so we thank you guys for that. Check out the link to these door bags in the description. Check out the Teesprings, the shirts and all that stuff. Check all that out, and we look forward to seeing you guys on the trails.